5 seconds remaining. Dire team's turn to pick.
Sad.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. We got another game coming up for you. I'm Kyle, this is Lizard.
Hello. We had some sick music there in the intro as well. Right?
It's cool. I actually really dig the soundtrack. It's funny because
5
you do so many
seconds
events in
remaining.
so many different places, and always like the filler music is different.
It's
based on,
different,
like, the
yeah.
vibe, like Dream League is
Radiant
playing
team's
meme
turn to
songs
ban.
or whatever.
DJ Special. I
Yeah.
can't get it out of my head, man.
The Fat Rat shows up every once in a while. I mean, dude, I am waiting to be at a club one day and have the like the Witch Doctor song remixed drop. I feel like it would just be.
I mean, that
God, what a
song
day.
is good. Dude. I wouldn't be surprised. Anyways,
It was like one year at TwitchCon. I remember
10
at the after
seconds
party.
remaining.
I can't remember who was DJing. He was actually terrible. Sorry, but
5
I'm not gonna name
seconds
his name.
remaining.
But he played Sandstorm, and literally the entire everyone is just like all of a sudden dancing. I digress.
so one song at least made it.
We
happen.
are already almost through this
Dire
draft, so
team
let's break it down real quick. We got Empire versus Black Hornets Gaming.
Alright. Black Hornets Gaming, man. I didn't watch competitive those ever since the major for like a week. They've been uprising, it seems. They've been doing well. We have Pikachu. We have LOL question mark. The
My man.
famous man. I have
That's the
no
thing. You don't even
clue who he is.
you don't
10
have to
seconds
say
remaining.
anything, right? You just type a dot in all chat, and just that's it.
Exactly.
5
He's making
seconds
it
remaining.
easy for himself. Palantimos and Cheshire Cat, however,
Dire team.
they've been around for a
Yeah.
bit longer. Cheshire Cat, obviously, the oldest one, the veteran of this squad.
Dude, I remember scrimming against him back when we were like right when I first started playing Dota. That old Power Rangers stack. They
Yeah.
were one of the only European teams that would play us, and they played us so many times.
Really?
Like BO3s every day. No
Like,
problem.
I never brought this up with you, or like when I played in My Insanity 2014, we screamed
10
complexity.
seconds
I think you weren't in that stack. 2014.
I don't know. I don't
We-
remember.
we
Might have
won,
been
like-
when I started. I remember playing against that team.
We won so hard that we didn't want to play with NA any longer, like at all.
That
NA
sounds
was
like
so
some
bad
of our
back
first
then.
scrims. To
Yeah.
be fair, you were guys probably like the first real team. We were playing like pub stack. We were really bad. We had
Yeah.
just started playing them. Anyway,
Radiant
we're
team's turn
getting
to
in
pick.
deep elements of this draft. Really cool way for BHG to draft. They open with the
Oracle and then Darkseer plus Bat.
Yeah,
This Bat
so-
probably position 4, right? Then you have the Darkseer. No way of taking down the Iron Shell or the Sticky Napalm, which is pretty good.
It's also great synergy with the two cores they selected. Part of why I like it so
Oh,
much. here.
yeah.
Oracle DP is probably
So good.
the
10
best
seconds
combo as far as like a support core.
Oracle Terrorblade.
I
Five
actually
It's similar, right?
yeah, but I like DP more because you can heal
definitely,
yourself.
yeah.
If you just get the ult off on DP, he is not going
I
to
have
die.
to agree. Like Oracle plus DP is the old classic.
Yeah.
It's like the duo that's so good. At the same time, you have the Jug with the healing ward, with the DP. I still feel like they lack a little bit of frontline. Perhaps the Darkseer, if he itemizes in like Crimson, Greaves, stuff like that, he can be the one. I have a feeling like they have what's necessary to push, but it can easily fall apart if they don't like position themselves perfectly well.
Choose your hero.
Right.
Wow, that's
We
what
have
I'm
a
talking
Kodos.
about.
You know, like Kodos, he's been getting some flack. He's been getting some flack because apparently he's been cheating with his blocks, but it makes no sense
Not
whatsoever.
cheating. What do you mean?
Like, people
I
are
read that.
talking. It's stupid.
The manager, the CEO of the team said like, you know, thank
lol,
you.
he said
like,
LOL.
thanks for the compliment.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you? I'm pretty sure it's just like it's like a keybind of sorts. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
it
pretty sure a
is,
lot of
yeah.
mid players use it, where it just allows you to like wave.
Nah, it was PGG. He's actually right here somewhere next to us
Oh.
in one of these.
What, he was the one
rooms.
that said,
He was the one that brought it all. He was like,
why would you know? That's how you know the internet's gullible, because PGG
put
put out something, and he was a verified source. Like what?
Last night, yeah. Well, anyways, yeah, he verified source PGG, but he did steer a lot of, yeah. around young Kodos. He's a young player just coming to the scene, so having that on his neck is great. But at the same time, like, the dude is so good. I think this just brought everyone's attention onto him, and it's just gonna help him. If he was playing the way he was, now he has the spotlight on himself as well. He might be picked up by someone even better than that he is right now.
I mean, that would be the CIS way, right? It feels like every team that isn't a feeder team is doing well. It's really just VP that's had any sense of stability, and they've obviously performed quite optimally over the past couple of years. Once again, folks at home, it looks like
we have a pause.
We have a bat.
Just a casual bat break at the start of the game. You can't do it during the draft. Like, you have to draft and you have to be there. Everyone has to be there,
This
obviously.
drove me nuts as a player. I was talking, I'm just, there's all these issues that pop up, and I was like, thank God I'm casting now. Like Jack was talking about, you know, scheduling, right? So at some of these majors, you're playing like potentially 3 BO3s, and you could play like the first, the second, and the fourth, right? That's your whole event. God forbid you lose that last series. You're not going to BO1 for your life against whoever. Like, deal with it. 11-day event, your whole career comes down to
I thought that you
one.
were going to talk about the pauses, but you being NA, you didn't have these problems as much as we do in CIS. Like,
oh, yes, we do. It's just because Ritsu's out of the scene.
Trust me, man. Trust me, man.
Single game.
My ex-teammate, his PC would shut down, and it wouldn't start back up for like 10 minutes.
He had to get on the hamster wheel and
Dude,
get the electricity
he would
going
have
again.
to do it manually somehow. And that was great. That was great. And
splicing the wires?
I don't know, it would overheat or some shit. And like, I'd always have at least one teammate with a bad internet connection. At least one. At least one guy.
That thankfully has been getting better, like, as technology has improved. Because I remember back in the day, like Dota 1, you know, before you had reconnect options, I swear, between, like, just so many, like, arena matches when I was playing WoW, like, my internet would drop, like, once every 2 or 3 days, and it drove me absolutely nuts.
No better feeling than being in the middle of a team fight and then just pinging out.
Was he in trouble? Yeah, I think he is.
They have a roll. Yeah, he's gone.
Very dead.
He's a goner. Black Archangel. Oh.
It's a big kill. I like, you can see there that the Venge choosing to give that to Sayuv on the Earth Spirit, so it had that. You want your 4 to get those early boots as soon as possible, especially when you start UV.
And especially when you're a... Oh my god, these odds. Black Hornets Gaming 3. Alright.
I don't blame the scene, though. I feel like Empire is certainly going to be favored, especially the way this game has started.
Oh my god. Cheshire Cat, he's trying to run away. Is he going to be able to? It doesn't look that way. The roll is going to come up in 5 seconds, and after that is there. Oh, Pinkar. Like, he has 5 stacks. He can't really follow up.
He's in a...
fine.
Look back to the lane, though. You see that actually under tower, just hitting Terrorblade for 1 billion damage per hit because he's got, like, I think 8 stacks on him.
This roll, does it work now, though?
He got Sunstrike. Sunstrike! Oh,
got him!
Oh, so close, though. Would have really liked to be able to give that kill and XP over to the Invoker, but alas.
Yeah, sadly, they share the kill. That Turbofano finished off.
At least you get the kill, though. And this, I really am starting to love this bat against TB, man. Even though there's a Venge, it just feels like you have such a high laning dominance, and we can see it in the previous game where it allows you to remove the BKB Terrorblade timing as like this ultimate win condition.
However, in that last game, the Batrider, even though he didn't really pressure the Terrorblade way too hard on the lane. And right now, in this game, he has 4 CS only on speed. They're doing a little bit of a better job, partly because he was...
It's the Darkseer bat, but look at the amount of lane shove and pressure these guys are applying. Like, the wave is always under tower, and then LOL question marks just like, all right, well, take an napalm.
Yeah, he's giving him stick charges, but he doesn't really care way too much, because once he gets that level 2, they're gonna dive. It's good that they're tri-laning at least.
Oh my god, 6 stacks. Oh, you've got it. Who did he surge? Did he surge the bat? Yes, but he's so slow. He was still surge. Why is he so slow? It's just the nerf. Oh, the newts. Those pesky satyr, whatever the hell they're called.
Goblins, gnolls,
They're gnolls, I think.
Gnolls, yeah. Gnolls.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
No, they're not. They're
Nah, are they?
I don't know.
They're something.
They're creatures
They're creatures that
They're
just got the kill.
weasels. With sticks.
Feeling that terribly away. That's actually really good for them.
Concern you have though, whenever you tri-lane safe, like this is that it's very ineffective against heavy wave clear, as we can see. Where, yeah, you're winning this lane in your Radiant safe lane, but barely, and your Terrorblade's game is miserable. Up top, it's a Sand King just trying to CS with Sandstorm as Jug picks up every single CS and deny.
Yeah, they're not really contesting the Jug whatsoever, and at the same time, Terrorblade isn't really having a great time. You're arguably winning that bottom lane, but considering you're forcing 3 heroes to be there, I don't think that's really working out well for them. Madden, let's get out.
And everyone in the CIS scene knows this, of course, but I was actually unaware very recently, but Pikachu is actually the twin brother of Iceberg.
And they fight.
Yeah.
And they fight.
And they do not play together because...
they fight.
Even brotherly love cannot make your 1 and 2 position not angry at each other. I don't mind though. It was cool though because it was announced on April Fool's, and I just was like, yeah, okay, nice try, guys.
Nice try, but it's actually true.
It's actually Pikachu. What if he would call himself the Titanic?
Pikachu was actually playing mid a lot, so maybe that's one of the reasons.
They're both mid players.
Yeah.
They play the same style and role, so it does make sense to be on separate squads. And bottom lane, you can see still trying to pressure here is Empire, but just it's so difficult mid lane. Pikachu diving on the Kodos. Is this going to be enough? The Fairy Fire pop the tree to try and stop, but
yeah, try to block the vision of Pikachu to run away, but doesn't really.
Dude, he is getting stomped in this mid lane. I did not think DP was favored like this against Invoker. There wasn't any pressure either.
I think she's favored until Invoker gets a few levels, right? But right now it doesn't seem that way, at least. Invoker is struggling hard on that mid.
I might have watched this replay to figure out how it was done.
It's interesting though, because Kodos, one of his heroes is Invoker. He either plays these cheesy heroes or high skill cap heroes, and Invoker is definitely one of them.
One of both, I would say. And you got initiation here, 3-on-2 onto the rune. Crystallize gonna pop the meta. Green Darling gonna pop the meta. Takes out the bat. Surge away, will not be able to collect that extra kill.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
Full top lane, get whatever he can on this off lane. He's level 3, and that's horrible considering he's been left all alone. Has 8 CS.
And the concern I've got is, man, how are you gonna kill this DP?
They're gonna try right now. Yeah, Sayu is here.
It's not gonna work. Oracle's behind him already, and even if you land that, he has 1000 HP and a Fairy Fire along with the stick.
That Oracle nearby,
And this is the scare I have, because whenever you tri-lane, right, and your enemy offlaner, or your own offlaner gets crushed 2v1, now it's just a Jug top, totally by himself, completely dominating a third of the golden experience available per minute.
They won 2 lanes on the side of my Hornets. They won mid and top super hard, and this bottom lane, yeah, we can say that it's been even at least. It's not a huge victory for Empire. But that mid lane, however, 40 CS on DP, 19 on Walker. That is not looking great.
It's the same kind of story as the previous game, though, where this is kind of meant to happen. You have the laning phase advantage on the side of BH. It's a question of, can you capitalize on this lead? Can you take towers? Can you use this DP ult?
But they have these heroes. They have these heroes that do exactly that. It's not like they're gonna struggle in that aspect. At least on paper they shouldn't.
But on paper, you get to the late game, you have an Ags Invoker, you've got a TB with 3 items, the Alacrity, the Meteor. It's so easy as well. Once the Sunstrike has a few more levels in it.
Yeah, but he has level 1 exhorts right now.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so he's going for the Quas Wex build. You just had that 1 point for the Sunstrike snipes. I don't mind that. It also helps you with the level 1 laning phase.
I mean, it makes it so he can rotate a bit easier, and he has the Terrorblade that's greedy enough so he doesn't have to go for the same greedy build, right? But
I'm scared though, because now you're pretty much all in on TP's game, which is pretty bad, and he's playing against hard counter. Darkseer Bat are very difficult to deal with as a TP. Even Death Prophet can be tough because he'll be able to silence and chase you down, Sunder never really becoming an option for you. More importantly, like, you can't really go jungle confidently because there's already a Sand King in one end, and somebody's got to deal with this heavy pressure from the Darkseer.
I think like the Invoker can scale a little bit better than the normal Quas Invoker, as players like No One, they've basically made the all build on Invoker. You go for Wax ending to Exort and you get that tag, and it doesn't really matter what you start. The laning stage can still be greedy enough, but I don't know if it's gonna work out for them, as this push from Black Hornets Gaming, it's gonna come very soon. You're gonna have Cheshire Cat on one side with the Dominator very soon pushing in. You're gonna have Dead Prophet with Oracle on the other with that ultimate. And then you're gonna have Chug just doing whatever he wants to, because yeah, you have the Venge to swap and break his board, but he doesn't really feel pressured at the moment.
Not at all. I like the Void Stone first as well. The Yule's Rush coming out from Pikachu to ensure he can spam that Q farm as much as possible. Will be the Urn Rush, so definitely going to see a Quas Wex build on Kodos, but puts a lot of emphasis on Empire and finding kills around the map. Also very limited tower pressure outside of that Terrorblade.
My usual problem with this Quas Wex build with the Urn is that you have to do stuff right now. As soon as you get that turn, you have to rotate across the map. You have to be creating space, and if he had such a bad laning stage, how is he gonna do that? By the time he gets to these supports, they're already gonna have levels and necessary items to survive the initial burst that he offers. You're gonna have that Purge versus him.
Not to mention, you have this concern where you fall. I've seen Miracle, I've seen Hobson, like the best invokers in the world, try this style. Sometimes it works, but when it doesn't, their net worth always looks
Terrible.
abhorrent. You're like, wait, this is Miracle Invoker and he's 5th place? Like, what the hell's happening here? But it's just because of the way this build works. If you don't snowball, you're not buying a Midas, there's just not much that you can get done. And the Bat Riot effect, do some stacks, even though he's just that poor position. But the kick, getting both big creeps, well played.
There you got all up there. 9 blasts away from the bats, specifically slowing it down even further.
Chasing, no.
You know what I always want with the Sun?
Pretty big fight, Pikachu. He's going to get the rune. Will he be able to pump the ultimate in time? He's still Surge, but it looks like he's in a bit of trouble. He's got a Fairy Fire. He's got a stick. Here comes Palamatinos as well. Pop the ultimate, maybe. You're going to look to turn this around. The healing ward is out. Still saving the ult. Pikachu's going to get stunned. Surge on the Palamatinos as well, but he gets stunned out with the Sand King. No lasso available on the bat either. The Sandstorm comes out. Dust utilized by Palamatinos. What a player, man. Core's buying their own dust in 2019. Who would have ever thought this would be a possibility? Now I'm only going to do that in all of our clubs. Kick comes out. They're going to get the stun. One more kill. Cheshire Cat goes down thanks to the EMP. This was a huge flash for very little for both sides.
I mean, I expected that Prophet to die there, but they just have no damage for her. Before the Sand King came in, absolutely no damage. Even with the Invoker, with the Terrorblade, they couldn't take her down.
There's another issue about this Quas Wex Invoker, is that usually it's to counter. You already have the damage, right? Quas Wex gives you that team fight advantage, the counter initiation, the combo break. But you look at Empire, you got Venge, SK, Earth Spirit. It's all about these single target stuns, find a kill, make something happen. But where's the damage that'll actually do this until the much later portion of the game?
When the Terrorblade gets online and all that. Yeah, well, Earth Spirit, arguably, he has powerful Magnetize, right, for the team fight. Perhaps.
My point, you have the disable, but you don't have enough on top of those stuns to find kills. Much like we saw Alliance in the first game today, where you're just stun locking people 100 0. Palamatinos as well going the drums build, so certainly going to see a more accelerated pace from this Dire lineup.
That ultimate from Dead Prophet to the bottom lane, he towards mid to out push. Creates a lot of space because Jug, you mentioned with those drums, he doesn't really, like, it's not Yasha raid bans into Battle Fury, you don't really farm as fast, but he's going to be able to stay on this bottom lane. Pressure made. Not
Nice play. Palamatinos, oh, he's going to be in trouble. No spin, he's got the Omni Slash, however. Can't TP, they changed that, he's going to catch the EMP.
That's fixed.
Just as he comes down, 17 seconds, you said, jukes the stun to the left. And the tip.
Should be fine.
Palamatinos, by the way, has been a player to watch since he, in my eyes, since he was playing Brood back on that Romanian squad with Wii. Talking like 2015-16. This guy has been able to play like every hero in Dota at a high level for so long. Just has yet to find that shot with a real team, real captain that kind of bring him to the tier.
2015, that should be Balkan Bears or something.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, I remember that. I played that route. I lost that.
Yeah, they would first to it because it was that good.
Was it him though? They would play Brood and they had that Levi guy with Dazzle, and they would always do the same thing. Dazzle with the Spider Bomb. Dazzle heal bomb with the Brood Spiders. It was so horrible to play against.
One of the better micros, yes, for sure.
He's a decent carry overall, like pretty good.
Dire's top
Been
tower
around
is under
the tier
attack.
2 scene for quite a long time, tier 3 scene as well.
He is he with Blizzy was one of my guys at the start of this year. I was like, if they can get onto a real team, they could probably make some noise. You got another, looks like a semi-smoke, but Cheshire Cat just kind of giving it away, standing there. Oh, he's microing, okay.
They have...
I thought he was like just waiting to surge and
I was thinking that too. Jug or the bat even, you can surge in lasso, but the problem is the Venge obviously.
Oh, nice ward. This high ground ward is just
Pikachu, however,
dealing with what BH is trying to do. I don't think they're going to find anything. Oh, but no! There's the Yules into the silence. No, he ain't having skill. No, there's no Sunder, so you can just chase forward. They're continuing to pursue. They're going to dive tier 3. Your silence comes out onto Invoker. Just keep going. There's the net from the creep from thanks to the Dark Suit. Do they have dust? They have dust. Doesn't even matter. He's dead. They just dove at tier 3 with tier 1 alive.
Like, this is the fact, like you can have these heroes that do well a bit later on, but they've been crushed so hard in the laning stage that they're diving them on the tier 3. This time around, but Madden was on that Prophet, pinging him, pinging, but no one gave a damn.
The thing is, though, there's no objectives taken. So that's the silver lining here for Empire, is that, yeah, you're still in a position where you cannot fight, but the Jug went drums, this DP went a Yules. Like, they're playing this fast, and they're finding kills and not objectives. So this mid tower's alive, the top tower's alive. It's not as if the game is by any means out of control.
Their jungle is still free. Bottom line is they still have space to farm, even though they're very greedy on Terrorblade and Invoker. They still actually have the map that they can utilize in their favor to get the network that's necessary for them to fight. Well, Black Hornets, they need to do this what they're doing. They have to push.
Radiant's top tower has
You can
fallen.
see Ancient Stack is clear. That was a triple. Nice farm for your Terrorblade here. It's just about buying time. Runes have spawned. 3 going this way. Dire. 1 to Radiant. The items coming out there is the Drums Yasha into Maelstrom build. Like the other alternative I like to the Yasha Battle Fury. I think that if you go for the drums, it's like you want Yasha immediately because of the way move speed stacks percentage-wise, and then you just can't go Battle Fury. It's too late. So you go for the Maelstrom instead. I'm a big fan.
Maelstrom helps you farm as well, and overall, it's another way of dealing with Terrorblade.
Yep. And it's also just better to play around the draft. You're trying to play fast. You're trying to just get in there with an Ion Shell on you, make space for your bat, for your GP to help you win these engagements. There is the Javelin complete. Look at the Invoker network. So this is the concern, right? No Midas, no Forge Spirits, no Sunstrike, Snipe kills, so...
And he isn't really doing anything on this map, right? Like you have this position 2 that's supposed to be creating space with this Vern, that's supposed to be making plays, but right now he's basically stuck on his side of the map farming, and he doesn't even farm that fast or that long. Madden? Oh, what?
Same frame.
Alright, that was something I haven't seen in a really long time.
If you hit the same frame with spells like Lasso, Laguna, Finger, you just get that Sand King immunity, and immediately you're gone.
Yeah, but with the Lasso, it looked weird. I didn't see it like.
I have never seen it with a Lasso. That is true. Right into the Roche pit. I like this play. You're just playing fast. You hit level 12 on the Jug. You've got the level 2 ultimate up on the DP as well. So why not get in there? You're not taking any damage. You got a ton of team fight in the pit.
They have to be careful though. There's Swamp, there's Earth Spirit, there's Invoker, there's no Lasso.
Very careful. Right back into the pit. Good job trying to zone here. Both Invoker spells are now down. Oh, whoa. They did get the Roche kill though. Big plays by Radiant there. Palamentinos will pick up the Aegis.
Was it? Alright. They get the Vengeful as well, and the Aegis.
But look at the gold. Look at this gold. This game is so far from over. It is only a 2k net worth lead, and a big part of that is that Roche going the way of Empire. Really well done. Who actually sniped that kill? Was it the Venge W? Or the Earth Spirit?
Exactly. Who was it? It couldn't have been. Could it be the Invoker? It could have been, right? The damage goes through, so. In any case, it's a good snipe for them. They didn't manage to kill the Roche. The Aegis, I think Venge was self to do that with Swap. It didn't really work out.
This isn't really a game, I don't think, where Aegis changes too much. It doesn't give side of BH
You can't
extra
fight them.
opportunities.
Yeah, they already have all that they need, right? They're gonna take these towers no matter what, so that Aegis kind of secures them a little bit more, but at the same time, they are gonna go for these objectives anyway. But as you said, it's only 2k different. They're keeping up with them, even though this Invoker has had a really bad start, a really bad game. The Terrorblade is keeping up, he's farming well.
As to be expected. Juggle always had that early lead, but inevitably the TB rank supreme. Some flaws coming out. Nice and quick.
Let's go.
Still a relatively close game, approaching the 17:30 mark. Aegis up for 4 minutes 30. This is of course a best of one between Empire and what is it? Black Angel Gaming?
Black Hornets.
Black Hornets Gaming?
Black Archangels, Black Hornets everywhere. Right, let's see this type of progression. 2 bracers with Earth Spirit makes him so tanky. 1440 HP.
What's the magic with it?
Plus.
Because why not?
You know, like one of my ex-teammates used to say, you can either get good or buy bracers. You don't need skill for bracers. You buy a couple of bracers, you're tanky enough. You don't need... All of that is irrelevant.
Old girlfriend said something similar to me, but she wasn't talking about brace. Got double stack here. 18 minutes, Rune's top Arcane. That'll be going to the
Pikachu.
Juggernaut. Empire. Oh, they found Pikachu.
Actually, look how Madden waited there to use his ult. Palantimos is being chased. Alright, I love how he waited and used his ultimate there instantly as he saw the Death Prophet. He didn't just go for the stun, because if he went for the stun, they wouldn't have enough damage to take her down instantly. She would have that Yules afterwards. Possibility of Oracle saving her.
Saying they had the Master Ball. The Master Ball.
The Master
Catch
Ball?
Pikachu. Yeah. Never mind.
I lost you.
You had a rough childhood.
Yeah.
One
Master
lead.
Ball. Oh.
Thanks.
That's
Thanks
amazing.
for joining us in 2019.
That's amazing. Too bad I never played Pokemon ever.
Blue for life. You can see the wards placed. Definitely a
Lost in
brunt.
childhood, bro.
Yeah, Black Archangel, of course, is the one placing the brunt of them already at 20 minutes. It's not bad.
It looks like
Blink picked up on sinking. He went for the Veil first, so the timing was a bit delayed. Very even game. Very much a 1-4 lineup on the side of Empire. All their damage going to be coming out from this Terrorblade. Black Hornets Gaming still in a good position, trying to hunt the map, but you can see as this game continues, Empire doing a better and better job of shoving out lanes. Easy bottom with Illusion still middle.
They are getting the levels, they're getting the items that they need to pressure Black Archangels, Black Hornet, and split push them. You can see that the Invoker is kind of moving towards that Aegis. Aghanim's a bit better, he's rotating across the map. But this is Black Hornet's time. And with that King Rune, they're definitely going to go high ground.
This is big, this is good timing. I like this play. TB still pushing bottom. He's going to take that tier 2. Might need to get back here relatively quickly. This is going to be a dead tier 3 before you know it.
Yeah, you're going to have Invoker defending it now, though. He's back. He's going to have that combo of his.
The bounty runes have spawned as well. TB is going to take out both the one bottom and probably with the TB back in. Another stun. Is he just dead? He's got kills. Won't get it off. Palamantino's now spinning already. Will not be able to get out. Or did not get his ultimate up to save his DP. That might change this whole game. Juggle comes out and should be able to take out the Invoker on the backside with the Deafening Blast. No spin event level. And that's going to be a dead Juggernaut. He'll be able to respawn with the Aegis, but he is coming up in the middle of no man's land. This is Empire territory. He's going to take a stun. He won't even get off this ice path. He's dead.
The way they played that fight was perfect by Empire. They waited for the Death Prophet to lose like 40% HP, drop down to around 40, and like what happened is they swapped the Death Prophet and at the same time they silenced the Oracle. So he, first and foremost, he was out of position, but even when he did get close enough, he has been silenced, so he wasn't able to save the Death Prophet.
Really well played by the support duo of Empire for sure. The Venge set up the kill on the Earth Spirit to ensure that it could go down without the Oracle save, which is just critical. If you're going to win fights, that's how you have to play as Black Hornet. Put the DP in the jug, expose them in the base. They will be targeted. They will be able to die. You must then save them. But
this
alas,
is huge. Like that fight right there, I believe this is like the breaking point. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that Empire is going to take this game, but it puts them into the leading seat, definitely.
Yeah, they have certainly broke it open. Got a force now on your Earth Spirit. The blink on the Sand King. BKB just completed on TB and the Ag is on the Invoker. It is suddenly a real game of Dota 2, and just so unfortunate. You just finished the mech on your Darkseer. Invoker had a blink that never got to him in that engagement, or not Invoker, sorry, but the DP. And they just did not have these items for that last team fight. And Empire,
the blink in, it's done.
Oracle ult's gonna come out. Probably should be able to save the bat. There is a healing ward behind him. Here comes the blinking from Pikachu. Watch for it. There it is. Got the ult pop, but just isn't able to find anybody. Gets the spin or the silence out. 3-man tornado coming out from the Invoker. There's the combo break we've been waiting for. So he's in a lot of trouble. Get the lasso, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. There's still a swap ready if he wants to use it to save his ally.
Okay, he's here with the BKB. He's whacking them from behind Pikachu. That ulti of his.
Can't fight into TB. And look at this. Palomino sees in trouble. King R on the side's going to find him with the stun. There's no Omni. There's no spin available. But he's so fast. I think he's going to be able to get out of here safely. Pikachu, though, he is not so lucky. He gets taken out by a Sand King stun. The assistance of the Invoker of Kodos.
If that last fight wasn't the fight that broke, like, that fight broke top, and this fight just tilted it completely in Empire's favor because they forced the Dead Prophet to use her ulti on her side of the map, and they still won the fight cleanly. They just kited them so well. Dream in the right position to pop that BKB, break the fight in half, which Jug is on one side, that Prophet completely cut out from the rest of the team on the other.
And it's an Alacrity, Venge, or a PB. There's just so much damage this hero can output. You can look at the net worth, 3K ahead of the game all of a sudden. And just, as you said, it just feels inevitable. We've seen this kind of game so many times. Venge TP with a ton of damage amplification. The OG special. You get a hyper carry, you feed him a ton of sugar, and you just let him run around the building.
All right. Can't be all black for Black Hornets gaming. What can they do? You have this Bat Rider, you have the Surge, perhaps you can jump in, get a good pick off on the TB or the Invoker. It does become a little bit harder for Empire to play once Kodos' Invoker is down. So maybe that's a target to take down. It's so difficult.
Yeah, not just that, but like the Invoker Sand King all of a sudden become relevant because they get these core items up. It's no longer just the TV show. You can stand with like just climbing the mountain, always a good sign. Playing Radiant. TB.
Dragonlance.
Scotty is the next choice, man. He's just, once that Scotty comes out, probably about just in time for the second Roche.
They won't have damage.
Yeah.
It's just going to be irrelevant what it's have got.
Just feels like the Darkseer needs way more items in this game. I remember, you watch Universe or Zai back in the day on this hero. Commonly top 3 net worth, often jumping up all the way to first. Even seen Zai have a couple games like that when Yapzor isn't stealing his creeps. But when you're playing with like just Hod Greaves, it's so hard to use your hero to its max capacity.
I mean,
no utility,
he's
really.
pressuring them a lot with this build. He's been one of the heroes that enabled them to take down these first towers, and but after that you definitely do fall off very fast.
It's because they've been trying to make so many plays.
They've been together, like they've just tried sticking together, moving as a team, as 5. It doesn't really give the Darkseer the opportunity to push to get his item. Right now they're suffering because of that. Empire.
This is great. I love when they do this. The best teams, they've all started to kind of copy what is done by these top teams, but you bait the core that's pushing the lane. Let him show, smoke 3 max, maybe 4 in a specific scenario as we've got here, and just bait the one guy and be ready to fight. Because even if they initiate on TB,
yeah, you have
the
advantage. Yeah, you have the swap. As long as you have some save, that's definitely the way to play. Black Hornets, they are in a good position being on this high ground, but they have to be careful.
It just feels like the game's so much simpler for Empire. Bait the TB, swap him if he gets in trouble, kill everything. Here we go, folks. Vacuum comes out right into the stun by the Minotaur, but the lasso onto the bench. Post-swap, TB still alive. Might look to just get out of dodge. They got the wall off. Another swap. He now launches Oracle onto the high ground. King R, what a player. Will pay for that decision with his life, but you got 2 big ultimates utilized by BH out of that.
And Black Archangel is stuck here. He has to force back, which basically means that they have to dodge. They have to run away, as you cannot fight without that Oracle.
And that's just time blood. That is totally cool if you're Empire. You've spent a support.
It's Darkseer's wall. It's lasso that's used for a vengeful. Like, she's super happy to die for that.
Empire's going to look to go in once again. Healing Ward comes out to try and save this Darkseer. He does not get the Surge off in time, actually catch that stun. Healing Ward goes down as well. Will surge down through the river, but there's an Invoker Ice Wall just waiting for him. The Magnetize as well. The Urn, one more stun from Sand King, certainly will finish him off, and he does. Roche spawning in 55 seconds, so he will be alive in time to contest that objective. The game is getting spooky. It's dire lineup. This is just the BO1 winning team advancing, of course, into the upper round of Group B. The loser gonna play tomorrow, or actually after, in the losers match. So you're not eliminated, but you certainly don't want to drop the inaugural game of the tournament, of course. Main stakes being that the winning team of this A-team event will be attending ESL Birmingham.
They opened up so well in this game. Their draft made a lot of sense, but they started. It all started on that high ground when they missed their timings just a little bit, which like they put the Dead Prophet a little bit too far out. Without that max still completed on the Darkseer, without it being on him, that Oracle couldn't really save. It all fell apart. Those 2 cores with the Aegis.
Again, Pikachu, he gets the Oracle ult off this time, however. Probably look to pop the ultimate. Lasso comes out onto the Sand King. He's going to bring him up to the high ground, but that's not a big deal when Sand King just popped that Omni Slash coming out as well. King are immediately taken out. Pikachu on the pursuit as well. Has the sun on the Invoker off to the side. Don't know if he'll be able to finish him off. In the meantime, Dream Darling trying his best to utilize his BKB to get damage off Invoker. Will moonwalk away to the side. Oracle in a bit of trouble. Here comes an Epicenter from the Sand King, blinking it. He's going to find the Oracle for sure. Pikachu still trying to cut around TB, still with meta pops, but not in the best fighting shape. Sunstrike on a Pikachu. Looks like this may just be a full reset. Roche is up 4K gold lead for Empire, but a lot of big ults utilized. His key objective. What?
Just dies. He rolled out to just survive there and then gets whacked by Roshan. Right? That wasn't the worst part for Black Hornets, definitely. They made something happen. That pull from the Sand King onto the uphill cliff, it didn't really matter a lot. It's not Arteezy, he doesn't really care about cliffs. But at the same time, you did the meta, and Roche is up.
It is cool. I like DP against Terrorblade as well, because you know the big weakness of the hero is when people can abuse your timing when your ult is down. But if you just pop it whenever you see TB meta, you can trust that those big ults will both be synergized. Yeah. Exactly. I think the key to this game is going to be, is there ever a huge fight with no meta or no DP? And if either team can, you know, force a pick-off into buyback after that spell is used, that could be enough to just turn this game and win for whichever side is successful. Greaves finished on the Darkseer. You can see that itemization coming up. Daedalus soon to be complete on Dream Darling. Nothing else really relevant. The gem, of course, will be big for eventually for the Invoker, and 5th place on the network cards as we expected. Does he need to do damage, or does he just need to ensure his...
there. He's just there for control, just there to ensure that the Terrorblade is doing the majority of the damage, and you have the Sand King there, obviously, to follow up, and the Earth Spirits should be fine. Oh, look at that! Top right corner have the team lead.
Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's a cool thing.
Empire's gonna walk straight into the pit. It's tough right now to be contested. They know that wall is a threat, however. They pick up the DD, but it's just, it is not a place to fight. Neither side is very confident fighting in enclosed areas just because of the Darkseer versus the Invoker factor. Both heroes perfectly capable of combo breaking with some massive
You're probably going to see some smokes, as you can see Empire, both teams actually smoking up, and they're going to clash right here. Empire...
Snack to Shrine. Kill the Empire. The DD's going to go
stun
immediately. There's no follow-up. They don't have the meta yet. Oh, there it is. Oracle just died immediately. Back onto 3, but wall comes out as well. There is a TB illusion, but that's back to Shrine. Back onto Oracle. The Oracle comes out as well. He swaps him away. He cannot get the stun off. Dream Darling is in trouble, but he's getting the swap off of the Pikachu instead. He's going to be healing warded. Somebody's going to take that down. That's a full healing ward this entire duration of the engagement, along with the Shrine.
That healing ward is just winning them that fight exactly right there. The Shrine definitely did help out. Oracle had to buy back too.
The meta's still up, DP ult still up, but neither side very confident taking this Roche engagement. There's no vengeance, 4 on 5, but this is an Invoker in the pit, and here comes Sand King as well. They're going to open up right on the Pikachu. He gets Meteor blasted down, dies in the pit. Palamatino's going to spin away, buy back onto the Death Prophet. He's going to come back in as soon as he can. Lasso out on the TB. He's got no Sunder. He has no Sunder. He's going to try and run away. Another nice stun from Matt, but he's going to pay for that with his life. An Ice Path on top. That's the gem on the deck. Somebody's going to be able to pick that up. Dream Darling, he gets the Sunder off his telephone. Cooldown, he's got Mant up as well, but will be enough. He's trying to kill Palantino before he goes down, but no, the Yolda Pride. Another
stun.
The buyback on Sanking, the Veil, the Sandstorm, they might actually be able to take out Pikachu once again. He's at no Yules.
Blinks. So many buybacks on the side of Black Hornet. I believe they bought back pretty much everyone in these last 2 team fights. Now they have to go for this rush. Terrorblade is down 50 seconds, no buyback. They have to at least take the Aegis, but with Empire, they're not. They're gonna go back, I suppose.
This is still the modded show, man. Yeah, you lose the Aegis here, but that would have been so much worse if the Sand King wasn't around. I think he averaged like 3 stuns hit in that engagement. He was the one that actually saved his Terrorblade initially and allowed them to then re-engage and ensure that they at least got something for their pain.
And I just love the way he approached those teamfights. You see so many Sand Kings, they just stun, get out, use ulti instantly, and wait for the next stun, right? Like he stunned them so many times because he was patient. He didn't need that ulti. I don't need to dish out the damage. I just need the control for my team. That's all. But those 3-man stuns, time after time, creating the difference for Empire.
Indeed. 4 minutes on the Aegis, however, for Palmatinos. You can see the Mjolnir doing some serious work. Another reason I love it in this sense is there's so many abilities that are going to proc that Mjolnir active. You've got the Sandstorm, the Magnetize, the TB illusions. Like, you're going to be doing so much AoE damage to these illusions just thanks to the item, so long as you're taking a mediocre amount of damage.
With the attack speed as well, and new Omni Slash, the way it has been changed, that attack speed definitely benefits so much.
Kill this creep. It does appear so. Nice 200 gold going the way of Matt. Still a 3k net worth advantage on the side of the TV versus the entire game. However, that is less meaningful than when he was at 13-5 versus 10 on the Jug. It's getting to a point now where you've got to be a little spooked. The team fight of Black Hornets is getting scary. They have a BKB piercing disable. They've got the DP, they got the Oracle for the save, and
the Basher,
he's about to hit level 20 as well.
And that Basher is coming up, which is going to make it a little bit easier for them to take down the Terrorblade or the Invoker, whichever he jumped first. There's a Crimson Guard actually in store for Batrider. Once he gets that, those illusions don't hit nearly as hard as they used to.
And just more team fight, more stacking damage. You got to trust in your ability to reduce damage. You look at the side of Empire, they're very cooldown reliant. If you can deal with the TB's damage output and tank through that initial barrage of stuns, the Invoker combo, nobody's going to die anymore, and you're going to have far more staying power thanks to the massive sustain you've got from an Oracle, from a Jug, from the DP. Mech finished on the Sand King. Nobody has a Vlad's,
but
losing it.
Again, actually, that they are buying Vlad's second game now in a row. He used to buy it.
Like in this game, Darkseer or Bat, if you're gonna buy Crimson Guard, you get the Vlad's first. On the side of Empire, that Sand King certainly should have purchased one at this point. Him or the Venge or the Earth.
Or the Earth.
Really. Somebody.
Yeah, all three of these heroes. Vengeful probably is the easiest for him to get it.
It is by a factor of like 3 the most efficient item in a 5-on-5 team fight for the gold. For what it gives you per dollar, it is incredible, and y'all should be buying it. Help.
The Idolus completed on the Terrorblade in that last fight as well. Now he has an ultimate orb towards that Scuddy. He is scary. He hits super hard. With everything that Palanthropos has going for himself.
It's going to be a very tough time. Like, the Shiva's out now on the Death Prophet. These TB illusions are going to immediately explode, and it looks like Empire, they're going to need to try and protect TB and just kind of keep him out of the fray so he can just safely hit on structures.
Look at how deep he is right now. They're all around him, so really afraid.
He's got Avenge on this hill as well.
Yeah, he sees Jug on the bottom lane.
Dire's middle tower isn't going to
Well, that's a good way to take down the tier 3. Gonna get it?
Big.
Dire's middle tower has
Really
fallen.
nice. That's
And now
big
the
for
shrines,
Empire.
yeah, the shrines are opened up, so it creates the game much more simple for Empire.
Smoke though, here we go. They're gonna try and get away out of the shrine, not actually taking the engagement. They don't want to do it. King Argo, oh, just not enough. More steps.
Dayu, Lasso.
I keep him on the low ground. He's gonna get silenced. Got no force, no glimmer. I do believe that's gonna be a dead Earth Spirit, but they did preserve the gem, thankfully. He's gonna get another force. The Ice Bath, the Yules on top will interrupt the roll, but will he be able to get another one off? Another cave. So close.
Get him. Oh god, he's creating so much space with all of this.
Yeah.
Kodos just helped him out with the forces, with the Yules, with definitely blast.
And look at that. He buys a Raindrax for his time, for his troubles. TB might not be able to complete it, unfortunately. The backdoor protection did kick in. but tons of space made. All lanes pushed, and TV going to go farm, the only one that isn't. Shove it back towards the dire side of the map. We got Roche spawning, and not so soon, so we can probably expect more of a stalled out stalemate until that big objective comes up. It is the refresher shard one this time.
It's the refresher shard. It's also the Skadi that's going to TV. That's going to be huge, but there's still ages on the side of Black Hornets. They definitely need something with it. That last time they did try a good thing right around the shrine, but they only got 2 supports. That's big enough of an impact for them. You shove them away from your shrines, but at the same time, you're the ones on your side of the map. You can see right now, it's 4 of them playing so close to each other while Lantimos is trying to outpush the pin lane. Terrorblade is the reason why this is happening. You can see these illusions constantly shoving in lanes, just creating so much space for the rest of his.
So difficult for this side of Black Hornets to deal with them as well. Don't really have any bots, heroes, and TB at this point. You're not really worrying about ion shells anymore. You're just seeing the illusion to hit that creep, and it dies in 3 hits. Here comes the smoke. You can see the line on the map. They got 2 options. Which one will they choose?
They know that Aegis is gone, so they instantly smoke afterwards, go on a hunt.
Look at that, Greaves finished on the Sand King. The team fight for Empire is brutal here. Illusion going to pick up on Palamatinos, but it might be too late. That already going to immediately go down. That's the Crimson Guard. Gone. Completely. 80 seconds on the deck.
That Rider dying, however, right there, enables Jug to run away. However, Darkseer has bought.
Stun so close. We'll hit him with the slow, but the stun was not going to have the range. They're going to push out mid-wave after they kill the bot Shrine, and simultaneously we'll converge on this high ground. I don't believe Glyph is available. It is not, which means TB can just walk up and take down that melee Rax.
He still has 50% of that meta on. The range Rax is just done in the melee. With the electricity up.
Oh, they're in. They get the back wall. There is a TB illusion active. Actually, I don't even know if it hit. TB doing so much damage. He's going to kill a Catapult. He's going to kill the Rax. Pikachu's just in. He gets Oracle off the bound. It's going to be enough. You see Sayu, the Earth Spirit will die with Palamatino's Omni Slash, but that's all. 7k lead still for Empire. They don't get the melee Rax. They buy back on the Earth Spirit, and they're going to kite back here. Both shrines have been taken down. I think they're going to play it smart and slow. Look to wait for that 3rd Aegis.
Darkseer bought back. He instantly disappeared. He went in to use that wall, but he died like a creep to that Metamorphosis Terrorblade hitting him. He just instantly died. That was...
And you can see the timing of Empire. The difference is the Jug does not have that super farm heavy build, the Battle Fury, so he's not really able to get a butterfly in this timing, which enables Dream Darling to just go straight for the Daedalus. No need for an MKB. He gets silenced, lassoed, another huge double stop, but from Sand King. A nice bomb break, but it's not going to do anything. They don't have the wall. Palamatino spins, he's running away. Pikachu now in so much trouble. He's got no ultimate. They don't have meta, so there's no real damage to the TV, but a nice swap with Pikachu right in his grasp. Another stun! And it's just too much damage. Empire takes out Pikachu for the count. He's dead for 100+ seconds. Midrax dies.
Really
He does have buyback, but now he's thinking, do I have to? They're gonna go back most likely. There's still 40 seconds on that meta.
10k lead though. Runes have spawned. That'll make it 12 or 13. They're gonna take the waves that are available. Really well done by Empire. Not quite sure what BH was thinking though. Like what, as this dire lineup, I don't think you can even be out of your base in this situation.
Especially they lost that fight even without the meta on. That's what's scary.
He didn't even really do damage. He tanked a couple spells and then ran away.
And they try to lasso him when they know that there's a bench behind. That's what's worrisome, because now you know that they're kind of breaking apart. They aren't really thinking straight.
Back in trouble. Oh, a couple more crits. Might have done it. Meta was active. I think he's dead for sure, but... See, 5k gold saved up on Kodos. I'd like to see him finish.
For that Octarine, it seems.
Yeah, I think so. I'd like to see. I want him to finish it before they go for this high ground push. That's so much dead gold on a core.
I guess they're thinking there's no that profit gold, so let's just go right now.
They get the wall off on the bright target. Does hit Dream Darling, but they're gonna once again. They're just backing away from this Darkseer wall. The tornado comes through, but the Sunder's on for free. Now a Cataclysm coming out. It looks like the Oracle will save the Death Prophet. Jungle comes out as well. There's going to be a swap. Dream Darling in some trouble. He has no Sunder, very low on health, but he's going to start beating Palamatinos. The spin comes out. Will be enough to take down Dream Darling. It looks like it could be the max damage. Yes, and Earth Spirit with no buyback is looking a little too manageable, but he's going to go down and get taken. The bash to the face. He's dead. Terrorblade is bought back. Palomatinos, you gotta be careful. He's gonna try and get away, and he looks like he may
Someone better
succeed.
help Dire's
The healing
middle
word selected
tower.
gonna be taken out by King R.
Terrorblade, however, bought back.
He
and
bought back.
Death Prophet does not have that buyback, and Oracle neither. So it's 3 versus 4 right here, right now.
I like that decision. Even with no meta, it doesn't matter. He's still gonna do the brunt of the building damage. You can just get right in there with an alacrity.
They can't outpush, can they? There's no way that they stop him. They don't have these long-range spells that are gonna slowly chip down Dream or Invoker. So he go uphill and hit.
Dire's bottom tower needs some
That's
help.
exactly what he's going to do. See Mjolnir pop onto the Bat Rider. He's going to run in, try and get physical, deal with some of these creep waves. He's going to take a stun to the face of the Sand King. Valentino's going to spin in, but the Bat's already dead. A nice bat comes out, but again, no wall. Empire have avoided any sort of engagements around this Darkseer wall. They wait for it to dissipate, and they walk right up the high ground. And Cheshire Cat, sure, you might have dreams, bro, but there's nothing he can do here. You're just sitting here watching. Watching while running fast, but that doesn't help his squad. Palomatinos just got swapped in and went down.
The way he died there as well. That
Does he has buyback, right? He does. He's gonna come back up, but now Cheshire Cat's dead. He has no buyback. What
There is Oracle and he has ult, so perhaps you can send that jug in and save him with the Oracle. But they're going for gold, right?
They're gonna lasso, but this game just feels over. Cataclysm, Sand King ult.
That's it, he has no buyback. If they get him right here, they should.
Dude, they're getting everything. What even just happened? It felt like Empire just casually closed out a game that looked close.
It looked
And
close,
the
and then
feed
it
train.
didn't. Yeah, the feed train definitely did happen. That wall was good. They caught the Terrorblade in it. They did take down that Terrorblade in the last fight, but they didn't. He saw exactly what he needed to do. That's buyback and go back into the fight. Because
It's like the hardest part about playing carry is being able to recognize situations like that as fast as he did. You
Yeah.
see